All right, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different parts of life in the reselling world. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive that you're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Dustin, and I am joined with my co-host. With what does
you said me first? You're the host. I'm the host.
I am your host. I said that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well, I'm your
Ray.
host, Dustin. I'm your host, Ray. I'm thinking about you, Dustin. Let's try.
Nice.
I'm your host, Ray. I know. I'm your host, Ray, and I am joined with my co-host, like always, Dustin. What is going on, my brother?
Hey, guys. I'm Ray. How's it going? Doing good.
He's not going to let me live that down today.
Not going to.
No.
You'll like my tip of the week, too.
Oh, okay. That's good. So again, I got distracted. Dustin, see, look, I'm telling you, man, I think I got some ADHD going on. So I'm here with Dustin, and we're here joined by Jen's Multiverse. Jen, how are you doing today? Not Ray or Dustin. Jen is in the building. Good to have you on, Jen. How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm going to just call both of you Jen, since this is Jen's Multiverse, so we can just make it easy. Everybody's Jen tonight. Everybody's Jen.
That's confusing. I'm going to get confused.
That is confusing. How many branches of the Multiverse have you interweaved into your life, Jen?
Oh, man, I can't count them right now. I'd have to make a list.
So, real quick, since we're talking about the Multiverse, which multiverse, fictional multiverse, do you enjoy the most? Are you the Marvel kind of person, or are you like a Rick and Morty kind of person, multiverse? Like, are you like a Inception kind of person, or what kind of multiverse do you enjoy?
So I love Marvel. I love Marvel. And when the MCU, really started expanding after like Iron Man, I was hoping, because I don't read comics, but I know a little bit about comics, and so I was really hoping, because Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite characters, and she's huge with the whole multiverse and everything. So I was really hoping that it would come, but then it was also around the time like Facebook was changing, like their metaverse and all of that. And I said, you know what? Also, I have a lot of different personalities, so it's kind of like a multiverse in my head of personalities. But when it comes to, what overall gave me the real name was Marvel. I love Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine.
So let's back it up a little bit. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. What are your personalities here, Jen? Can you name a few? Like how many? What are we talking? Like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing? Are we talking like
a little bit, a little less? Mr. Hyde. I don't get usually too angry or insane kind of a thing. But I mean personalities like I can be real chilled. I can be funny. I can be a little sassy. I can be a little bit on the angel side. I can be a little bit on the devil side. I can be a little bit male. I can be a little bit female. Like I like a lot of things that maybe like the average typical stereotype female doesn't enjoy. But then I also really enjoy a lot of those things that, us ladies really enjoy. So it's just that sense of everything, like everything. And some days I could be, just very innocent. Other days I can be, a little bit confusing. Then I can be crazy. And then I can be a little bit like, spicy demon. So it's just a multitude.
You just sound like a normal woman to me. I mean, isn't that like the common denominator?
I'm not too crazy.
Right? Okay, there you go. So what kind of Jennifer are we going to get today?
We don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know?
Depends where the conversation
Hopefully it's a good reselling one, right?
Yes. I'm actually excited. I haven't been on YouTube for reselling in a long time, so my reselling excitement is there. So that's good.
Awesome. Well, before we get into the reselling, Jen, let's say hi to some people in the chat. They're buzzing. They're here for you, or at least one of you, right? We don't know which one. So Let's see here. We have Callie, the reseller Luis is in the building. Good to see you, Luis. And we have another person that has split personalities. We have Ken SSK Promo, aka Mr. Bill, aka gosh, what's the Luchadork? You know, he's got that persona. So we want to say hi to Ken for sure. We have Christopher Nutter is in the building. We have Marie is in the building. We have Glenn the Swamp Picker is in the building. Good to see you, Glenn. Glad you could stop by. One of the OGs. Glenn was like one of the first people that followed us on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So he's close to our hearts. Glenn is. We have Justin is in the building. We have Alan, one of our friends, a Nashville native here. Alan, good to see you. And we have, what does that say? Inda Saving. Ooh, I like that. She's into saving.
That's cool.
I like that. See, Maurice's has. And she said, Maurice, I guess we all have all kinds of multiple personalities.
Yeah. So, fun.
I know, right?
It's a lot funner, especially if you like to talk to yourself. You can have all sorts of conversations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Jen, for the people that may not know you, we got to know a little bit about you, or at least one of you. Let us know a little more about you, how you got into reselling. You're big on Whatnot, so we'll definitely touch on that. And, YouTube and just Poshmark, I think you said a little bit on there, and then eBay. Yeah. Just tell us a little bit about how you got started into reselling. Was it something maybe your parents got you into, or brothers and sisters, something you fell into? Give us the, like we're talking Marvel.
Yeah.
Give us your origin story. How you became Jen, the superhero that you are.
So my reselling I found all on my own with YouTube, the good old original like social media kind of scene. But my mom has always been a huge thrifter. My dad is a huge garage seller and estate seller. So I would always go every now and then, just to find goodies, but not to resell, just like cheap stuff that I liked. But it really, like, I fell into it because I was, I used to weight train, like heavy weightlifter, bodybuild, weight train. And I fluctuated a lot of weight and a lot of sizes. And I was experimenting with a lot of different workout gear, like some expensive stuff that I would buy from overseas, from different countries. So the return process, if it didn't fit, was way too expensive. And I thought, okay, I got to be able to sell this. Like, where can I sell good workout clothing for like the best money? Because in my mind, eBay was always everything but clothing, because I did start selling on eBay trading cards like back in 2005, but it was just my extras and it was just auction, and it was just to try to get rid of some bulk stuff. So I never did it as a reselling thing. I never knew about reselling. So when I started looking up, like, where to sell Gymshark and where to sell Alpha Elite and all these other things, Poshmark, I've seen a bunch of videos on Poshmark, bunch of videos from people put up different, Google would recommend, YouTube videos from different people selling active gear on Poshmark. So I learned about Poshmark, and I just put up a few photos. I signed up, I put up a few photos just like on the back of my door with regular yellow lighting, and stuff was selling really quick. And it got me so excited. I was like, this is easy. Like, all I got to do is just hang it up on a door, take a photo, and it's gone. It moves. So from that time, like, I got super hooked. And this was about almost 5 years ago now. And then I just slowly have been expanding. I was like, well, why not try, eBay, and why not try Mercari, and why not try Depop and Etsy, and then like Whatnot came out. So I just have been trying like all sorts of different things. But my main platforms are eBay and Whatnot. And I still dabble in Poshmark because it's still successful, but I don't really put too much time into it right now.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Jennifer, do you still bodybuild? Are you still weightlifting? Are you real fit? Like, can you beat Dustin and I up?
I mean, I might be able to, but I'm not like necessarily real fit. So I got scared one day, like walking past in the mirror at the same time some other guy was walking past in the mirror. And I felt like my shoulders and my broadness was bigger than him in the mirror, which when I looked at him, I thought he was pretty big. and then that's when I realized, like, that's totally not the look I'm going for. Like, I didn't want that masculine look. So it got me super scared, and I immediately pulled back. I immediately pulled back from weightlifting, and I just started. I was like, okay, I gotta run. I gotta like get lean. I gotta lose all of this because I didn't really like it, but I loved the powerful aspect. So that was like maybe a year before COVID hit. So I was kind of changing things up, and then COVID hit. And then like I wasn't doing anything as far as gym wise. And so now, I'm a little plump, but I'm working on the getting back to the fitness and the strength minus the mass. I don't want the mass anymore.
Nice. That's good. Yeah. Have you tried any kind of like martial arts class, like a jiu-jitsu or like I feel like you would be really good at that kind of stuff.
I was looking into kickboxing during that kind of year up until I was looking into kickboxing because I thought that would be a lot of fun. I naturally have like strong, thick thighs and stuff, and I felt like, man, I could probably like power kick good, and I would learn how to like move better because I felt like, well, maybe flexibility would be a better, like, to strengthen my body with just my body weight and to be able to move better. But I haven't really gone back to anything like that. But I think kickboxing would be the only thing. I don't know too much about like any type of martial arts, really.
Martial arts. I know my wife does Pilates, and she loves it. And she's kind of a stockier, stronger woman, and she says it's one of the hardest things she's ever done. Like she ran track in high school, and she says it's tough. And you think it's not hard, but it's all like core and
that's what I was gonna say. You have to have core. Yeah, you have to have like a strong core. Yeah.
So maybe
cool.
Pilates is your thing.
That's cool. Maybe I've done yoga. I've done a lot of different yoga in between all of that, but I never really tried Pilates other than like one little video here or there. So I might have to give that a try.
Yeah,
Ray does a little hot yoga sometimes.
I wish I could. Yeah, man, I need to.
There's also
I woke up real stiff today.
Could you imagine me going into a hot yoga place?
We should do it and film it, Dustin.
Just like, ain't no way these guys.
That's great
have y'all watched any naked yoga videos on YouTube?
Oh,
can't say that I have, Jen.
I can say that I have.
Is it like one person, multiple people?
It's a whole class, male and female together, and because it's an educational thing for YouTube, they allow it, so you can go and get yourself a nice little peep show if you like.
So like, there's no like blur or.
Wow. Yeah, everybody right now is leaving your show to go watch.
I know. Interesting. That's very interesting. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Something today.
Yeah, we did. So let's say hi to some more people in the chat. We have our boy TJ Lovelady. Good to see you, TJ. Glad you can stop by. We have Kristen and Rule Squirrel. Good to see you, Kristen. We have Perfectly Blessed. I love that name. Perfectly Blessed.
Yeah.
And we have Mikey Bags of Money is in the building. Good to see you, Mikey. Guys, if you want to hear another amazing episode of This Week in Reselling, we had Mikey on last week, so check that out. We got to know a little bit about how Mikey became a reseller, and it has to do with a certain part of his body exploding. And there's my teaser for that, so check that out. But Swamp Picker wants to know, Jen, what the name of your Posh store is called. I think we did.
My Poshmark is Jen's Closet Gems. If you've followed me or known me on my original journey of YouTube, I was Jen's Closet Gems. But then when I started on Whatnot, I didn't want that because I didn't want closet in there, and I wanted to expand outside of just clothing because I was going to do trading cards. Like, that's where, my passion was. So I changed my name to Jen's Multiverse, which I thought was really cool for the YouTube side also, because I planned on doing all sorts of stuff on YouTube versus just reselling. But I kept my Poshmark closet the same because I didn't want it to be really intertwined with my social media side, so much. So I'm Jen's Closet Gems on Poshmark, but it might get changed one day to Jen's Multiverse. I only have like 40 items listed on Poshmark, though.
That's awesome. We do have Jen's link tree is down in the description below. So if you guys want to catch her on
Thank
all of
you.
her reselling platforms, check that out. Her YouTube channel,
Thank you.
Instagram, and it looks like people are leaving this and going to go see the yoga, Jen. So
Wait till after the show, guys. Wait till after the
there
show.
you go. After the show, we have Sandra is in the building. She says Texas Hill County country lady. Hi, Jen. And we have Chris
Sandra.
at Peak is in the building also. We have our favorite Ukrainian son, Paul the Philly Flipper, is in the building. My Ukrainian
Paul.
brother.
What's up?
He says, my favorite people and Dustin. So, again, guys, every super chat that we do receive on our channel goes towards Dustin and I purchasing a van for our reselling business. So we do have a little video, so we're going to play that right now. Thank you, Paul, for the... it's been a minute. Yeah, guys. So maybe that'll get the wave going, Dustin.
Get it going. We gotta get going. Yep.
Yeah, we probably just have the front bumper of the van paid for as of right now. So
that'll work.
all right, and Paul, thank you so much for the super chat yet again. We really do appreciate it. And let's see here. We have Ryan Gulf Coast Picker is in the building. We have everyone coming in to see Jen. So Jen, you're bringing in all the heavy hitters today. And I don't know if this is supposed to be a pun, Chris, but he does say naked yoga is hard. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like a pun, right, Dustin?
Capitalized hard.
There we go. Maybe put like eggplant emoji on there or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Kristen says, I've never done naked yoga, but I have done goat yoga. I don't know
what that is.
You've never seen that where the goats are like on you?
Like standing on your back, right?
Yeah, but that's actually like a legit form of yoga. I thought people just did that for like funniness or, videos.
No, it's like a thing.
I think it's a real thing. I think
it just cool. Sounds like a privileged person thing to do, doesn't it? Like pay money to have farm animals like climb on you while you're doing an activity.
That kind of hurts your back, wouldn't it? Like
they're like baby goats, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. I feel like the goats would be endangered.
There's a lot of goats. I don't know. That's got to be a lot of overhead. What's that, D?
The goats that fall over, they're great.
Oh, yeah. Like the fainting goats?
Yeah, those are great. I want one.
Let's see here.
My neighbor has goats next door, so maybe I can borrow a goat for yoga.
There you go, Jen.
There we go. Okay.
Look at that.
So it's baby goats. Like,
what is I feel like
really tried that? Do you do that, or did you just try it once?
I've never done it, but Kristen has done it apparently.
Yeah, but I'm curious if she really meant that, or if it was just like a tease.
I think she's really meant it. Privileged person. What are you saying, Ray? I'm just saying privileged people. People that have income to burn on goat yoga, I believe. So I just feel like it would be like a lot of urinating and pooping going on.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think I would be stressed out.
Oh, there's Kevin Hart doing goat yoga right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at that.
Kevin. So they just stand on. Okay.
That's a downward dog, I believe, Dustin.
Yep.
Downward dog.
Interesting.
Downward dog.
Huh.
We have Land Sharks in the building. Good to see you, Land Shark. Glad that you can stop by. And hold on here.
It's a picture. Okay.
Hi, Hi,
I gotta see
everyone.
it
In
now.
case you don't,
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell everyone hi, but I don't want to talk over
Yes.
Ray.
No, talk over me as much as you can. We're sorry. I got distracted with the goat yoga. Kristen, we have breaking news. Kristen the Real Squirrel just sent us a picture of the goat yoga.
Ooh, okay, there
So
we go.
we have and guys, the people that are listening to us at home, if you want to join the fun, come over to YouTube and watch the replay so you can see this amazing photo. So
You can watch it
that
while
goat
you're
doesn't look
doing
like
yoga.
he's enjoying this very much.
Looks like he's napping.
That goat is disappointed by your performance, Kristen.
Yeah, it's not. He's not very pleased here. This goat. That goat's got some long legs.
I'm
Laid
gonna
back.
look up. I am legit gonna look up. Like, is there a place around me that offers goat yoga? Because I'm very curious now.
There's got to be one
And
here.
I will film it. I will film the process, and there you go. That'll be my next video.
Guaranteed
There
one
you
in
go.
Tennessee, in Nashville area. Guaranteed.
You live in Texas though, right?
Yeah, so there should be.
Oh yeah, goats
Yeah,
all over the place.
I'm in San Antonio, and I'm like, there's tons of outskirts. I feel like even if there's not goat yoga, I know a few people that have goats, and I could just go and like say, hey, do you think I could borrow a goat?
Can I borrow your goat?
Can I borrow your goat? Yeah. Do you? Okay, there we go. Let's move it back into reselling here. So let's make some money. So
Reselling goats?
how many goats, Dustin, do you think we need to start a goat yoga business?
10 minimum.
10 minimum? Like a class of 10?
Good start.
Like baby goats?
Yeah.
See,
Do you know
I would say
anybody?
5. I would say 5
5?
minimum, because you can kind of pair up, like pair up 2 people per goat and kind of like take turns. Because I feel like the goat needs a spotter, no?
Could, yeah.
Hmm.
Good point.
That's a good point.
No, at least at the beginning, a little less overhead at the beginning. Keep it a little bit
your
low.
way
And then
up.
once you start making money, you can double up on the goats.
I know where we get some goats too, Ray.
Yeah? I think we got something here. We're going to get this van before we know it. We just
Lebanon
stumbled
flea
across.
market. What are you talking about? They
Oh,
got
snap.
peacocks,
You're right.
goats, everything. And we can host a class in my backyard. Plenty of room.
Your neighbor has a goat.
Yeah, but they're adult goats. That ain't gonna work.
Oh,
that's
we need
right.
baby goats?
Gotta have baby goats.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like baby goats would be more expensive too.
Ken saying skip.
Skip.
Let's see here. Landshark is saying, I've learned about Magic the Gathering cards over the last week or so than I've ever wanted to. Oh man, Magic the Gathering that's a hard hobby to get into here.
Yeah.
So is there 10 goat yoga in San Antonio list, Jen?
There's a top 10 goat yoga.
10 list. Apparently, I did not
Oh.
know that. But Tracy, thank you for the information. I will be looking up that top 10 and making a decision here shortly on which one I should visit.
Here we go.
Question coming up.
Call it whatever floats your goat. Severe Gatorade
good
in the
one.
vending machines.
Goat
Or I goat you, babe.
Or call it.
What are these? I can teach the class. There you go. We got it.
There
we
you
got
go.
it going on here.
There you go.
So-
You already have an instructor.
There you go. So Jen, you started working out. You needed a place to sell out your workout equipment, workout clothes, and you went to eBay, Poshmark, and it's just grown from there. Now, is this something you're doing full time, part time, just making extra money on the side? Supplementing your income, or how's that working out for you?
Reselling is my full-time job. I don't work maybe as hard, like do as much as maybe some resellers do, but because I don't have as many responsibilities. But for me, for my income, for my way of life, it supplements my full-time job income. But I don't really do anything else alongside. I mean, of course, like there's like other investments and stocks and crypto and all this other stuff like I dabble with, or credit card bonuses and things like that to get in extra money. But those are all like supplemental kind of incomes or things like that. But to mostly make, like pay my bills, yes, it's just reselling. Reselling pays my bills.
There you go. And soon to be a goat yoga entrepreneur.
Yes.
pay your bills.
First step is going to a class. Second step
There you
is getting with Kristen.
There you go. So Jen, as you may know from you watching the show, we do have a segment on the show called Underrated, Overrated, where we're going to give you 10 different subjects, and you let us know if they're overrated or underrated in your opinion. 5 being reselling related, and 5 not being reselling related.
I love it.
So before we get into that, we do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of our show, is none other than the good people at poppinofftoys.com, one of the best people to purchase Funko Pops from. And we just missed out, Dustin, on the new Dolly Parton Funko. It is currently sold out. So
Wow. That's
yeah,
quick.
so I know, right? It just came on sale. But if you guys want to go, anytime you want some Funko related items, go over to poppinofftoys.com, a Nashville business, and if you use the code thenashvilleflippers, you're going to receive 10% off. And currently, I don't think they have any goat related Funkos at the moment. So
They got Tom Brady.
They
they might have
don't
Tom
they
Brady
have,
on here.
You should get some of those from Thor, Love and Thunder. I think I've seen like those
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
like
Yeah,
loud goats or
okay,
whatever.
Yes.
okay, nice. That's a good one. Speaking of
Screaming
Tom
goats.
Brady, Jen, are you a Cowboys fan by chance?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so you got a big game tomorrow against Tom Brady.
Go Cowboy. I know. I mean, and it's just luck, right? Like it's literally just the roll of the dice. And I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. I am a little bit nice. So come on. Why does the very first game have to be against Tom Brady? I'm hoping that he's that's it. Like this is his season. He's not clutch anymore. That's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on he just is going downhill tomorrow.
He might be coming
And
to the Titans, so don't say that. I don't know.
we'll see.
Oh, we'll see what happens. Tracy is saying that Jen is milking goats while doing yoga is better content. So, have you ever had goat's
Maybe
milk
make that
before,
happen.
Jen?
Yes. I'm not
It's
a fan.
pretty good.
I'm not a fan.
I like it.
I can drink it mixed into something. Like I tried it mixed into smoothies also, and that's all right. But just goat's milk by itself, I'm not a fan.
There you go. See, that's a 2-for-1, Dustin. Goat yoga. We milk the goats, sell the goat milk,
Yep.
make more money
There you
that way.
Protein shakes, you can turn it into powder, and then you can sell protein
Snap!
shake
Because
powders.
they're gonna need protein after the workout.
And then you could have a little setup there of like a joint, like a little joint setup or whatever, where you sell protein after workout shakes, and you sell, different goat
After
products.
the yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, business
Wow.
name, Goated. That's it.
Goated yoga.
Goated yoga.
Wow, that's good. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Are you
and then
writing
the
this down?
protein's called goated, like you said, Dustin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's good.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Pat, put that. We need a
Patent pending. Who's writing this down
patent
for
that.
us?
Yeah. Then rub the goat milk lotion on your udders. Okay. Do they make goat lotion?
I mean, you can. There you go. You can be the first one that gets your goat lotion. And you can call
We
it.
got a whole
line of products right now. We're not even.
we got a whole enterprise here. So, all right. So let's get into overrated, underrated. Dustin. Oh, I'll go first. Number 1, Jen, Whatnot.
Underrated. Whatnot.
Underrated.
I feel like unless you're part of Whatnot, it would be, right on point. But if you're not a part of Whatnot, I feel like it's very underrated.
Okay. Now, what do you sell? What do you sell on there currently? What kind of items do you sell on Whatnot?
Mostly right now, I'm like 98%. I do women's clothing.
Women's clothing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so how many shows do you do a week? Like you try? 1, maybe 2?
No, it kind of depends. Sometimes I'll do 1, sometimes I'll do 5. My goal every week is to profit $1,000. So it depends on what it takes me each week. Like if I do 1 show and I make 500, and then the next show I'm 500, then I'm good. I don't really have to do as much, and I can do other things. But if I have, the first 2 shows are a little bit of a struggle, then I'll do more. So I aim more so for making that $1,000 per week. versus committing to certain shows. Now, the only thing that I commit to is like every other Saturday I do a trivia night, and that's like my 100% consistent show. But other than that, I change up my times, I change up my days. I'm just on. I don't schedule out stuff most of the time. I just kind of do a pop-up. So
Okay. And you said, you talked a little bit earlier about developing a following on Whatnot. So for the people that may not, or just starting Whatnot, and they need to, generate a following, develop a following like you have, what are some tips? What are some tricks that you can give the people that are listening, that are watching this, to help gain that following on Whatnot, for people that consistently come on and watch you sell stuff? Because you said you go on there 5 times, you want to, 5 times a week sometimes, sell $1,000. So I'm sure you're getting the same people coming on.
Yeah, so there's a few things. I don't know that I would pick really one thing major over another. One of the things, though, that I see a lot of people struggling with, that would, if they could just, is lighting. If they could just get really nice lighting, it would completely change the quality. Because there's so many sellers that have great items and they have a good personality, but they're just using like their room light, or they're using like a cheap little, spotlight or something. And people want to see it. Like, that's the thing, right? They want to see it. They want you to talk it up. They want to see how pretty it looks. They want you to try it on, hold it up against you. So the lighting makes a huge difference I think that's as far as people paying a low price versus people paying a high price. So people are willing to pay more when they can truly see the item well. But it's also saying, like, you have to do shows. Like I said, I'm not consistent on the days, but I am consistent on, I won't do less than 2 shows a week. Less than 2 shows a week is my absolute minimum. Because if you even try to take 1 week off, it sets you back. And you have to like kind of start over to get those people. Because people will forget about you quick. They'll forget about you and move on. There's so many other great deals and sellers and stuff to be found. The third thing that I think is pretty important is you have to have some personality. If you don't really have a personality at all, like if you're just kind of like plain, you're probably not going to do well. You either have to be like a smart ass or funny or entertaining or loud or obnoxious or, some sort of personality. It doesn't have to be necessarily a good personality, but you have to have some sort of personality. Because if you just go on, you're like, hi, I'm going to sell this today. Okay, next item. I'm going to sell this today. I mean, it's kind of mean to say, but you can't be boring. If you're boring, then nobody's going to stay in your shows. So those are like the 3 that I think are the biggest, like right off the bat.
Okay. Do you have like a video or anything on your YouTube channel of your Whatnot like setup, lights or anything like that currently?
No. What I have, like, when I first started Whatnot, I filmed my entire like first week. I filmed what I expected, how I did, what I was doing. But all of my videos on Whatnot were geared towards, when I started, I did trading cards. So it's all geared towards trading cards. And now, like about 4 months ago, I completely stopped really doing trading cards and I switched over to the women's clothing category. So since then, I have not done any like updated Whatnot videos, which it's crazy because I've gotten a lot of viewers from YouTube that have found my YouTube videos and come over to my Whatnot shows.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like they're seeing the old stuff. I need to put out some new stuff so that I can be current on my YouTube, and also more people will find me, maybe that pertains to clothing, versus they come in and their name's like Pokemart or Pokemon Fanatic or, and I'm not doing that anymore.
They're
so
like, wait,
even though
happened?
They're following me,
yeah.
So I need to put up an updated video. I plan on it. It's just every time like I think I have time to do it, I push it back. So
yeah, I know the feeling. So TJ has a great question. He says, can you use anything other than your phone to run a Whatnot auction?
You can, but you have to start, like, you have to have your phone. So your phone has to be like the go live where you stream from. Once you set up your phone and you go live, you can toggle over. Like, a lot of people use a lot of different streaming sites, and they set up multiple cameras, and they'll use their computer and they'll switch from camera to camera, different angles. They'll do screen shares and stuff from, their computer. A lot of people will have their phone, streaming it, and they do everything off of their like tablet or their iPad, and they run the show off of their tablet. But to actually view the show, you really have to use your phone. Also, if you use a computer or anything else that depends solely on your Wi-Fi, the connection is kind of bad and it goes in and out, regardless of how good your Wi-Fi is. If you're not hardwired in, or if you're not using your phone data, the connection is iffy.
Interesting. Okay, that's good tips right there. So we have Backroad Bitter is in the building. Good to see you. And we have Collins on the Move is also in the building. Good to see you guys. All right, so those are great tips, Jen. And again, if you guys have any kind of questions, I'm sure Jen would love to answer them through whatnot, on Instagram or YouTube or whatnot. So no pun intended. So send her a message. So Dustin, number 2.
Number 2, the movie Nacho Libre.
Oh man, that's underrated, 100%. Friggin' Nacho! That movie, I could quote that movie for days. Jack Black is one of my favorite actors, so I don't care if everybody in the world thinks that movie's overrated. Like, I will fight for that movie. It's so freaking hilarious.
It's a great
people
movie.
Talk about it enough. Definitely underrated.
Underrated. It should have won an Oscar. Jack Black's gonna be playing Bowser in the new Mario movie, so that's
I was
pretty
so
cool.
excited. I heard that and I was so freaking excited. I think it's gonna be great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, get that corn out of my face. It's so many good quotes. Yeah. Nacho Libre.
There's so many.
Great movie.
So
I have to
many
watch that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Everybody.
Fantastic.
Everybody's gonna be looking up naked yoga, goat yoga, and then watching Nacho Libre. That's what we're all doing tonight.
Put it on the list. Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 3, here's a good one. Selling trading cards.
Okay, so I do this and I like it, but I think it is overrated because anybody and everybody just tries to sell them without knowing a single thing about it.
That's a great point.
They don't know. They don't understand grading. They don't understand condition. They don't understand the difference in like the sets. And it kind of confuses the market a lot. And then like people want to get into it and they feel like, oh, I saw somebody sell this car for 100, so I'm going to list it. But really their version is only worth like 5. So overrated. I think that's overrated.
That's a great point, Jen. And I know that, Dustin and I, we have, probably the same amount of knowledge, of trading cards like you do. More like Pokemon than like sports cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we'll go to, we'll go to a bin store and someone find a pack of Pokemon cards and we'll look at them and they're like, recently, what was it, maybe a month ago, someone found a booster box of some cards and I looked right at them like, those are fake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still sealed. And they're like, how do you know? How do you know they're fake? I'm like, well, the wrapping is way off. The text is off and they haven't been producing that since whatever, so like you said, people just don't know much about them. They think every Charizard card is worth like $1,000, so yeah, that's a great point. I've never really thought about that, but yeah, you're right. Do you still dabble in selling trading cards?
Yeah. I list some stuff on eBay pretty frequently. I list a few cards here and there. I'll do a couple of random pop-up shows on Whatnot doing trading cards, more so to kind of keep that connection, because if I ever want to switch back to the trading card category, but I collect. I mean, I'm a strong collector of Pokemon. I've been collecting like since the Japanese original base set Japanese version came out to Japan, because I had a cousin who worked for a company in Japan and would send like different promos and artwork and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I've been collecting Pokemon cards. I even was collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I've slowed down with the collection on Yu-Gi-Oh cards a little bit. But I still sell them. It's hard to part sometimes. I only sell like if I get one in a better condition, I'll sell my worst condition, or if I have like 3 or 4, then maybe I can part with one of them. But other than that, or if I find like really good deals, like sometimes at yard sales I'll find people with binders of them. And, they don't really know, or they're not sure, or they just have them like in a tin or something. And they're like 25 cents a card. And, there's 200 cards. I'm like, well, I'll give you $10 or something for them. And So stuff like that, I'll sell. I'll go through it. If I don't need anything or if the condition's kind of rough, then I sell it.
That's good. I recently found this out, Dustin, and you probably already know this, Jen, but if you purchase a card on Whatnot, there's an option to get it graded off of Whatnot, and the seller sends it to PSA.
Really?
And then when it gets graded, they just send it back.
I have an entire video that just needs to be edited that I can upload of that because I was so freaking excited. So I filmed it. I took screenshots. I took screen shares of the Whatnot employee talking about it. I went into streams and I recorded, somebody doing the process. And then I recorded my whole conversation, everything about it. And I did this right when it was announced, 6-7 days ago, maybe. And I just haven't sat down to edit the video. And I'm like, this is a really good video. And it won't be too long either. And I can put it up because I think that's so cool. I think that's very cool.
It's cool too.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
It's pretty affordable. It's pretty affordable, really.
Yeah, So I think that's awesome. Let's see here. TJ was saying, Jen helped me identify some fake cards from the bins. And Marie's putting me on blast here. He says, y'all need to put in over or under or Ray can't keep up. I know. I can't keep up. Let's see here. Guys, stay tuned for Jen's graded Whatnot videos coming March 2027. That would be great. That would be a great video. So I just saw that a couple days ago, and you can purchase, Dustin, you can select economy, bulk or express, and then you pay for it right there on Whatnot. Yeah. And you don't have to worry about it until it gets sent back to you.
And it's no hassle for the seller really either. So
I think that's a great move.
To start getting cards on Whatnot.
Yeah. All right. TJ was saying, is Yu-Gi-Oh cards still a thing?
Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh is freaking Yu-Gi-Oh is underrated 100%. Yu-Gi-Oh has a strong, hardcore, crazy cult following of people who especially for breaks. There's different breaks and stuff depending on packs because they almost always only have 1 or 2 chase cards in every single new set that comes out. And people kind of go crazy opening up trying to get just that 1 or 2 card, and so it makes it a little bit more rare. But the vintage Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a lot of those you can get if you get them in first edition and stuff. Those can be worth a lot of money. A lot of money.
What are the hot ones? The Blue Eye Dragon, the Magician?
Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Dark Magician, and the Dark Magician Girl. If you ever find the Dark Magician Girl in a holo, most of the time that one will be a super quick flip. But there's different versions of the Dark Magician. There's a lot of different versions. There's some that can sell for $5-15. Then there's others that can sell for hundreds, ungraded, of course, and stuff. But there's even a Exodiac, sets where there's this one Yu-Gi-Oh monster that's 5 different pieces and you got to put together. So there's a lot of cards. Some of the spell cards are really worth a lot. But the Blue Eyes White Dragon is the fan favorite, and the Dark Magician and the Dark Magician Girl.
Okay. TJ was asking, what is the best Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Well, there is also I forget it. I think it's Black Labyrinth of Ra, maybe that might be the name, something like that.
We have Thrift Beast coming in clutch.
Exodia. Thank you, Thrift Beast. Yes, clutch. Exodia. Yeah.
There you go.
And
guys.
hello, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Chris? So, guys, this is what I'm talking about here. This is probably one of the best podcasts where you're going to get information, entertainment, goat yoga, all in the same place.
It's the multiverse. I'm telling you, we're hopping.
There you go, Jen. Look at that callback. Look at that callback. All right, moving on. Number 4, Dustin.
Overrated, underrated. Waking up early.
That's overrated. 100%. That's overrated.
I attempt to every morning, but
I've been waking up at 6, Dustin. I'm trying to scale it back and move it to 5.
I'm proud of you, but I set my alarm for 5, and then I wake up at 7. So yeah.
How does that happen?
Just keep snoozing.
Keep snoozing?
Snooze. By the 10th snooze, I'm good.
Oh,
I am a
man.
night owl with hardly any set schedule when it comes to sleeping. So I just kind of even don't believe in alarms. When you go to sleep, you just wake up when you wake up, unless you have to be somewhere. Like I don't have a job or a kid that I got to take to school or any other responsibilities as far as a scheduled time goes. So I'm like, yeah, I just wake up when I go to bed when I'm sleepy, and I wake up when I wake up.
Wow. Look at you. That's amazing. We need to trade places,
Trade.
Jen.
It
We
could
need to
be
trade
dangerous though.
places.
It could be dangerous. I feel like, having a sleep schedule is probably way better for your body and your mentality. But,
There you go. To each his own, right?
yeah.
When our
Yeah.
goat yoga takes off, we can start just doing our own thing.
What's
Oh,
up?
yeah. We have Not Sure. It's Vintage in the building. Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. So,
How are you?
all right. Hashtag no alarms.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
You ever seen that Seinfeld episode where Kramer just wakes up because he just has the mental alarm in his head?
The mental.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
I think
So-
you can adapt your body to that. But if you need to be up for something specific, it's better to be safe than sorry.
See, TJ saying, Jen is a vibe. I got 6 alarms set and snooze all of them. That's hilarious. Have you seen? There's one alarm, Dustin, where you have to. It's almost like
The robot
like a
one?
scale,
I saw one that's a
and it
robot.
goes off, and you have to get up, and you have to stand on the scale, and for like a minute for the alarm to go off.
I've never seen that.
Well, I saw a robot one that rows around the room, like when it goes off, so that you have to like get up and try to find it, whatever.
Chase it.
Really?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yes.
What?
I don't know where I saw this at. It might have been like
Wow.
on Instagram.
That's
or
a
something
good
like
one.
That. Could be fake.
Yeah.
I kind of want this.
Yeah, definitely.
You can always
Oh,
just
okay.
attach your alarm to your Roomba or something.
Yeah. Or attach it
Huh.
to your dog. I could attach it to my dog or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know where they're at.
there you go. Gimmick alarms, Bolo. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Um,
There you go.
moving on, Dustin. Number 5, Poshmark. Overrated or underrated, Jen?
Man, I'm really split with that one because I think it depends on if you're new or over. For me, at this point in time, I would say that it's overrated. Because once you hit that plateau of being an experienced seller, you just know that eBay is just the best. But if you're new to reselling, I feel like Poshmark is extremely underrated because it's like the best thing to get started with and to slowly like grow because their shipping is so easy. The fees are straightforward. You know exactly how much the fees are. You don't got to figure out anything. They do a lot of the work for you. But for me currently, I'm like, it's kind of overrated right now.
Okay. All right, that's good. They're doing the Posh Live stuff. What do you think about that?
I have not even applied to sell there. To me, I'm like, well, Whatnot kind of has it down. They have it down. Like, of course, they're updating and stuff like that. But why? Like, I'm not gonna go to the generic version when I started with the brand name, and the brand name is excelling for me. And I've already invested almost a year with them, and I'm doing very well. Why would I start over?
That's a great point.
And plus, like, I've seen some shows on Poshmark that they allow different versions of shows, which if you see Whatnot can be a little bit raunchy and a little bit unprofessional, yes. But on Poshmark, there's this thing where people do silent auctions, and they literally just have a black screen and they just run their items. So you don't even show it or anything. And a lot of people are starting to do that, and I just don't understand, like, why that's a thing.
Interesting. Okay. I've never heard about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great point that you made, Jen. Why would you do the generic version if you got the name brand version already down, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want to drink fake Mountain Dew when you can just drink real Mountain Dew? What's a fake Mountain Dew called? Like,
Why would you want to drink Coke or Coca-Cola when you can drink Coca-Cola?
yeah.
What is the fake mountain?
What's a fake Mountain Dew called? Like Mountain Crisp or something? I don't know.
I know the Dr. Pepper is Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. So put down generic Mountain Dews.
I need to know the name of that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm curious now. So, all right, moving on. Number 6.
Number 6, chicken wings.
Oh, oh, those have to be underrated. Those have to be. I think a lot of people are scared of them because they're so tiny and small. I love chicken wings. I could eat wings almost every day. You know,
Me
if
too.
I was fine with being completely obese, I would eat them every day. But they're fun. I feel like it's a fun food. You can eat them as a meal. You can eat them as an appetizer. You can eat them, with company, out to dinner. You can order them and eat them at home. You can make them
Hmm.
yourselves. You can barbecue them. You can oven them. You can fry them. I mean, am I the only one who just like really has a passion for chicken wings?
I love chicken wings too. I think the
The
people
double
at
dip chicken
Wingstop
wings are money.
know me. Yeah, double dip.
I
Yeah,
used to
man.
work at Wingstop. I did work at
Yeah,
Wingstop for a little while.
there you
Yeah, until
go.
I realized that I was eating wings every single time that I worked, and I was like, okay, I gotta stop this.
There you go. Mountain showers. That's a creative name for a fake Mountain Dew. We have Roman. Anytime Picker is in the building, good to see you, Roman.
What's up,
Glad you can stop
Robin?
by. He says,
Hey,
Jen, that Spider Man behind you is flying right at you.
yeah, I
Did
got
you draw
Wolverine to
that? It's just
protect
like
me.
a poster?
Yeah, it's a poster. It's a poster. It's
Okay.
just like a little pop art kind of.
Okay. I like that. That's
Yeah.
cool. So, speaking of chicken wings, so tomorrow on our reselling draft Mondays, we were going to be drafting appetizers. So stay tuned for that show. It's going to be on Paul the Philly Flippers channel.
Bloomin' onion number 1.
Bloomin' Onion
I need
number
to get
one, Dustin?
invited to one of those when it involves food.
Food?
I'll be
Okay.
so excited. And I'll
Gotcha.
bring like a buffet with me so that every pick that I pick, I can be like you with the
Ooh.
candy, and then I can eat it while I talk about it.
There you go. Jen, so what would be your number one overall draft pick for appetizers? Would it be chicken wings?
Oh, it probably would be. It would. I don't know if you'd have to be specific and say like buffalo wings or something, but yeah, yeah. For
Okay.
appetizers, it would definitely be wings. Uh-huh.
Okay. There you go. This is Jen, you were on road trip snacks. How was that not a food? Well,
Yeah,
she
it
wants to
is.
come back.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like it's just every time there's food involved, just keep me in mind. That's all.
There you go. Okay. Nice. All right. Next up, number 7, garage sales. Overrated or
Oh,
underrated?
um,
Fried green
un
beans.
underrated. Underrated. Like if you dismiss yourself from the YouTube garage sale community, there's a lot of people who do not go to yard sales, like in the real world. There's a lot of resellers who don't even think to go to yard sales. Um, And I feel like yard sales is where you can find the best items at the lowest prices. Plus, not many other options you have to haggle. You got options to haggle at a yard sale,
That's
a
true.
garage sale,
Mhm.
and you have an option to ask, do you by chance have this or anything else that you're willing to part with? Or hey,
Mhm.
here's my number. The next time you have a yard sale, like, hey, if you want to reach out to me, I'd love it. You have just a lot of options with the yard sales. And I think on YouTube, we forget because we get kind of sucked in. But if you just kind of get rid of the YouTube videos, it's pretty underrated. Yard sales are
There you
pretty
go.
underrated.
Good call. Look at
Agreed.
Firebendo over here coming in hot. Jaguars. Get out of here with those Jaguars.
Jaguar.
We're still salty. Titans fans are still salty over here.
Not as bad as the Chargers fans, though.
Oh yeah, got that right. Yeah. Yeah, that was rough. So, yeah. What's up, Firebender? Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. Let's move on. Number 8, board games. Or sorry, Dustin.
Yep. Board games.
Oh, in like the reselling aspect, or just in anything? No, 'cause
Anything.
that's the
Does
personal,
Gen
right?
Multiverse play board
Under
games?
Underrated, yes, yes, underrated. I love board games. Board games is like my family's entire, like, any birthday, any holiday, any get together. There's some form of board game involved. There's some sort of trivia involved. There's like puzzle action. There's like the board game and the TV action. Yeah, all of my family, because my parents are divorced, so like all of my mom's side, all of my dad's side, all of the honey side, everybody loves board games. and we're very competitive. So board games are definitely underrated because I feel like most families don't do that nowadays. Like especially younger families or people who are just like having kids and stuff like that. But it's a great bonding experience and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Underrated for sure.
Dustin, love me a good board game.
Yeah, we usually just play Settlers of Catan. You play that one?
Yeah, I really like Risk. I really like Risk.
Risk. Okay.
We never,
yeah. It's a little bit longer, but if you like strategy games or like even video games, like different types of strategy games, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Command and Conquer or something
I like
that.
Those video games for sure. All right, next up, number 9, The Goodwill.
Overrated. Goodwill's overrated. I go to Goodwill. Don't get me wrong. But there's so many other places to source. Like so many other places to source good stuff and at way lower costs. I feel like Goodwill is overrated.
Okay, nice. TJ's saying one of y'all creative guys need to make a reselling board game.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Catan.
Oh, that is true because you're like trading resources back and forth. Interesting.
How could we do that?
We can figure it out. We'll workshop it here, Dustin. We'll definitely get it going.
What would the theme be? Like the board look like a garage sale?
You guys are going to be busy.
Would it be like Monopoly style board game?
Adventures.
Yeah, that's a good call, Dustin. Like a Monopoly style board game.
Yeah.
We could do it. We could do it for sure.
Like the pieces.
But
like
moving on here, number 10.
10 trivia.
One's like a GoPro.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Dustin.
Trivia. Overrated, underrated. Last one.
Wait, really? Is that like? Did you just add that one in? Trivia is underrated.
It was it.
I'm like, well, I was talking about that a little bit earlier, but yeah, trivia is definitely underrated. I think one, it keeps you in the know. It's kind of like Jeopardy. It keeps you like kind of up to date depending on what kind of trivia, but it also just keeps you smart, like that book smart that is just nice to know. And it helps you with conversation because if you learn something in trivia games and then you end up meeting somebody out in the wild or coming up with something where you can like talk about it, it's just a nice like icebreaker and opener, but it's just fun. Yeah. I like trivia a lot. I play trivia a lot, just like with any random person or my family. I will do group texts with my family and ask them like a random trivia question or like even the what ifs, even though that's not trivia, but it's like, would you like this or like, do you prefer Spider-Man or Wolverine or who would win in a fight to the death kind of a thing. That's not really trivia, but that's sidebar anyway. But yes, underrated. Trivia is underrated.
Okay.
Love a good trivia.
Underrated.
Game.
There we go. So you do. What's that, D?
I said love a good trivia game.
Yes, I agree. So Jen, you said you did trivia on your Whatnot shows, right?
Yeah.
How often do you do that?
Every other Saturday. It's something fairly new that I started. I've only done 4 shows, but every other Saturday night I do a trivia game on Whatnot. And man, it's a lot of fun. Like it's a way to unwind, detox, and also like build your community up and get to know people a little bit better and like meet new people every single time. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, nice. So Jen, would you say that you're good at trivia?
Depends on the category. If it's like Jeopardy style, probably not. If it's like involves history, I'm horrible. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassingly bad at history. But if it's a category, like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or Disney or stuff like that, I could be decently well. Okay.
Well, we're gonna put your trivia test to the test, Jen. So here on This Week in Reselling podcast, we have 10 trivia questions for Jen. And we're going to see how many of these 10 trivia questions that you can answer. And the people in the chat, if you want to play along, do put your answers down in the chat after Jen answers her questions. So, Jen, number 1 trivia question. What is the shortcut for a copy function on most computers?
Control-Alt-C.
All right.
That's
Next question. I'm gonna tell you how many you got right at the end. Okay.
Okay.
So next question. Which Avenger is the only one who could calm the Hulk down?
Oh, Black Widow.
All right. Next question. What does DC stand for in the comics?
Oh shit. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I don't know.
All the above.
Don't know.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
right.
I'm like, my mind's
Next
like,
question,
I'm sorry.
number 4. Which country produces the most coffee in the world?
Guatemala.
Next question. Which bone are babies born without?
I'm gonna take a guess and say I don't know, a femur.
Okay. All right. Next question. What is the name of the largest river in the world?
The Nile.
Next question. By what name were the Egyptians, kings / rulers known by?
Ask it again.
By what name were the Egyptian rulers known by?
Pharaohs.
All right, next question. Which country did AC/DC originate in?
Europe. That's a continent. That's a continent. Shoot. I don't freaking know. England.
All right. Next question, number 9. Which British girl group had a member named Mel B?
British girl group, Mel B. The Spice Girls.
Last question here. What animal is on the Levi's logo?
What
Goat.
animal was on the leaf? Oh, a horse.
All right.
Goat for the win. Horse.
There you go, Jen. So the trivia questions. So for the first one, what is the shortcut for copy? The right answer is Control-C.
Oh, it's just control. There's no alt. Dang it.
So
Dang it. Just control.
all right. The next and then you got the Avengers one correct. DC stands for Detective Comics.
Detective. Man, I should have known that because they have like a whole line of the Detective Comics.
There you
but
go.
I couldn't think of the D at all.
The country that produces the most coffee is Brazil.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And babies are born without kneecaps.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Holy
yeah.
crap.
All right.
So when they crawl, it's easier for them to crawl.
Guessing that. Yeah, I considered. I was like, no, they have to have knees and elbows.
They definitely have to have a femur. So
I thought maybe it was like one bone called something else.
Femur.
all right. The world's largest river is the Nile. The Egyptians call them pharaohs, and the country where AC/DC originates is Australia. And the British girl group is the Spice Girls, and the horse is the animal on the logo.
Am I 5 for 10? 50%?
5 for 10. You're 50%.
All right, that's better than being, at the bottom of the barrel. I'm like right in the middle.
You did pretty good considering we just kind of threw that up on you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
thank you so much for answering. There you go. So thank you so much for answering those overrated, underrated questions and those trivia questions. That was fun, right?
Do I win something for 50%?
No, that's a losing. That's a failing grade. So you're gonna have to take the second grade once again. Jen,
Bummer. Yeah, I
retake
would
the second grade.
definitely not do well on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I'll say that.
Hey, some of those questions are pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we do want to get into our next segment of the show. Is none other than everyone's favorite segment is Dustin's tip of the week. Dustin,
Yes, it is.
what is your tip of the week?
It's not reseller related,
Okay.
but it's if you plan on eating something that may be a little messy, like chicken wings.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe some chicken with mole sauce on it. Don't wear a white jacket or a white shirt or something. Might get a little messy. So bring one of these. This is a Tide stain to go pen. Ray could have used that last night.
I made a mistake, and my wife told me too. We went to this party. She told me, don't wear that white jacket because you're going to get stuff on it. Surely enough, when I went to go pick up my plate of food, instantly, I spilt mole on it. Instantly. And it didn't come out. So.
Wife knows best. Don't you know that, Ray? How do you not know that?
I know. I didn't want to admit it either.
Yeah.
So. Let's see. Jump Monkey says he wants to come back from trivia. We should do a whole trivia night. That should be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, reseller trivia night.
Thursday nights?
All right.
Trivia night.
Ooh, there you go. Jen and D's tip of the week go together like peanut butter and ladies. What? Okay. So
That's better than peanut butter and dogs, I guess. But
I guess so. But Dustin's tip of the week is brought to you by our friends over at stickerwise.com. If you guys need some stickers, use the code FLIPPERS and you're going to get 10% off. RIP to my jacket. I think it was ruined. Because you know mole, right, Jen? The mole sauce. Oh man, it was gone. It was goner. It was on my sleeve.
That's way worse than barbecue sauce, really.
Oh, it was worse.
Did you ever go get that one that got hidden for you?
No, I didn't go to Walmart today. I gotta get it tomorrow.
It's still behind the diapers, I bet.
Yeah. My sister went back. I got it from Walmart. It's a sick jacket.
Okay.
And my sister was there this morning and she was like, hey, there's only a 2X left. I'm going to hide it behind these Mickey Mouse diapers so you can come pick it up later.
Oh, you should go get it.
Because it was a gun. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll go and pick it up tomorrow. So, all right. So, Jen, moving on. We're over at an hour, so we're going to move this along so you can get back to whatever Jen likes to do on a Sunday night. We're going to play, everyone, we're going to do a segment of the show called Skip or Flip. We're going to show you 3 different items that recently sold on eBay with no context whatsoever, just the pictures, and you're going to let us know if you see it at a garage sale, thrift store, state sale, or wherever you get your items from, Jen.
Okay.
You let us know if you're going to skip or flip. All right. Well, Gino Fines is in the building. Good to see you.
Hey, Gino.
Cut the distress holes on the jacket. Dude, it got on my sleeve. It dripped down the side of my... It was terrible. And I haven't even started drinking. That was the worst part.
You get on your sleeve.
Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. All right, Jen. So we have here a toy. Looks like a plastic lizard. And here... you open up the toy, you have these little guys. It's like a clamshell kind of plastic lizard. You open it up, it looks like there's some sort of cavern. And
Flip.
These are the little flip. Instantly. How come?
Instantly flip. I'm flipping it.
Why is that? Give us your answer. Give us your why here.
One, those little compact games like that, those little toys and stuff, I'm pretty sure that's a vintage piece. It's super cool in a snake, lizard, reptile form, and people really love that kind of stuff. Plus, it's got all the stuff that looks like it came with it, all the inside, and so I feel like that would, if I saw that at a garage sale, if I saw that at Goodwill, wherever, I would definitely be picking it up, as long as it was affordable. Okay.
What would you pay for this?
Without looking at comps, I don't really pay much. I would pay a solid $5, $6, $7. But if it was priced at 10 or more, I would have to search comps. So yeah, I would say my max would probably be $7.
$7. How much do you think it's worth?
Oh shoot. In my mind, I would say I think I could sell that little sucker for at least $20, but I would be hoping for like 30. So
30?
I'm gonna
Okay.
say I would hope it's worth 30. Yeah.
Okay. And Dustin, we discussed this yesterday
Yep.
at dinner over a white jacket full of mole sauce as I sat there in shame. But so Dustin can't answer these questions. So for the
Okay.
people that are in the chat, let us know. Would you skip? Would you flip? What would you do? What would you pay? Marie's saying she's flipping. Ellen is flipping. And we have our boy
Okay.
Thrifty saying Mighty Max slaps as a kid. So Thrifty already knew what it was right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then Philly Flipper saying Mighty Max Lizard is a definite flip.
Okay.
And he's saying it's even worth
I-
triple digits.
I didn't know it was Mighty Max at all. This lizard does not look familiar to me, so that's cool. That's good to know. It looks like maybe I made the right choice, but maybe still undervalued it. Who knows?
Okay. So this Mighty Max figure just recently sold on eBay for $120.
Shit.
So,
Wow.
So
Yeah.
even the little figures are worth money, but like
That's
we
cool.
knew that Polly Pocket is worth some money, and Dustin and I were like, well, is Mighty Max worth any money? We did some digging. Some are worth more than others, just like everything else, Jen. But
Yeah.
this particular lizard with all his little compartments and
Off its innards.
$120. What do you think about
That's
that?
crazy. That's freaking crazy. So I would have been excited because I would have scooped it up like at an estate sale. You know how sometimes you have to ask prices for certain things. And then I would say, how much is it? If they said, oh, that's $20, I would instantly looked up comps or something. But if I just seen it at a yard sale and it had a price tag of $5, most of the time at yard sales, I don't look up comps at all because stuff is so inexpensive. But if I saw that for $5, I would just take it without looking up comps. So it'd be nice. Like once I got home and researched them, I'd be super excited.
That's a great find for sure. Gino was saying skip, but then he retracted and said, I meant to skip to the bank. So that's a good save there, Gino.
It was autocorrect on the phone.
Autocorrect. Yeah. That's Siri, man. Get you every time. So, all right. Next up, skip or flip, Jen. Let me pull it up here. Ooh. We have here, this is a good one. Dustin made me aware of this yesterday, and I had no idea. We have here an iPod. Okay. I don't know what kind of generation it is. iPod, you would flip. It's 30 gigs. Looks like it's got preloaded music on here. We got Bill Monroe, Billy Myers, Billy Idol,
Billie Eilish,
Billy Cranberries. So what you automatically said, flip. I'm flipping. How come?
Well, any iPod, I would definitely flip since Apple doesn't make those anymore. And they are 100% like one of the go-to for workouts, for running, for easy. You just throw in your little pocket to your waistband and stuff like that. So yeah, but the fact that they don't make them anymore, that means that they're, in high demand because no iPod is being made anymore. And I feel like even that model right there, because it has like the non-touchscreen turn dial, it's got the actual where you push the buttons. I feel like that one would probably be even worth a little bit more.
Okay. So how much do you think it's worth?
That one I would say $100.
$100?
It might be
how much
like
would
80,
you be
but I'm
willing
gonna
to
go
pay?
with 100. I would buy it like at a pawn shop. I do look for them sometimes. Like I would pay $20 for it.
$20? Okay. All right. So this little
I'm gonna be way
iPod
off.
just sold on eBay for $110 on bid.
Yeah.
So you were right on the money.
Nice.
Right on the money. See, Jen, you know a little something.
A little bit, yeah.
A little something.
I was a little bit better on that one than the last one, but at least my decisions so far have been good.
There you go. Oh, man, I did this wrong. Let me pull this up real quick. I copied the wrong thing here. All right, Jen. So last one here on skip or flip. Let us know. Would you skip or flip this item that recently sold on eBay. You play video games at all, Jen?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit? All right.
A little bit.
Let's see. What would you think about this PS2 Futurama video game?
Shoot, most PS2 games like don't do well at all. Futurama, though, I know has a following. I don't know about that specific game offhand, but I would skip. But naturally, what I would do is I would actually skip on that. Because most video games, a lot of times, if I see them out at yard sales, they're like $5, and I would just skip. I wouldn't even like if a yard sale has a lot of them. I don't even look up individually if the price isn't right. So yeah, I would skip on that one. But I don't know. I don't know.
Just because it's like a PlayStation 2 game?
Because it's PlayStation 2, yes. Just because it's a PlayStation 2 game, I would skip. There's there's only a handful of games that I would recognize as being a little bit more valuable. Otherwise, I don't know enough about it. So
okay. Now Marie is saying flip. Paul's saying flip. Alan is flipping, and David is saying that he's flipping, but he's not too sure. So, so you're skipping.
Yeah.
So, but how much do you think that this is worth?
I mean, the fact that I skipped and what I see for a lot of PlayStation 2 games, I would say that it's worth like $7 or $8.
All right.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure based on the response of the crowd here that I'm like completely naive when it comes to this game. The Futurama, I know Futurama has a big following, but yeah, I would think like, no, it's probably only worth like $7, $8.
All right. So this PlayStation 2 game just sold on eBay for $180.
Wow, that's the most. See, if those three things were on a table at a yard sale, I would have left behind the most valuable of the three items. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Let's see, and look at this one. Wow. This one's complete in box, $279.
Wow.
Is that a new one that sold for $610?
Brand new, sealed.
So besides the magical world of goat yoga, I have now also learned an extremely valuable game to flip. Now I will keep a little bit better eye out on those PlayStation 2 games.
Exactly. I know that the horror games do really good. PlayStation 2 games.
Resident Evil. Stuff like that.
Resident Evil.
I feel like the horror games do really well in almost every system.
Yeah.
They were almost a little bit lower print too in some of the systems.
Mm-hmm. And we really wanted to highlight, Dustin and I really wanted to highlight this game because this is something that maybe Goodwill would pass and not look up and just put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, you could possibly find it at a thrift store, at a pawn shop, at a garage sale, something that you wouldn't think would be worth money that could, you know, it's not like a Mario game or it's a kind of a rare, obscure title that's worth so much money. So, you know, we wanted to bring that, you know, show the people. So next time that you're at the thrift and you see that Futurama game, even like Paul was saying, if it's just the disc, you know, it's worth a ton of money. So be on the lookout for that. TJ says, runs downstairs to see if I have that game. You probably do. So definitely late to the party. But what's up, Lilac? Good to see you. All right. So, Jen, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and thank you so much for your time. So we have one more question for Jen, Multiverse, and then we're going to let you go. For Jen, I know that you're a busy girl. You don't abide by the alarm rules like the rest of society, and you just kind of, you know, go by the beat of your own drum. What are some goals that you have for this year as a person, as a reseller, as an entrepreneur? Besides, you know, starting your own goat yoga business, let us know. What do you got going on?
My goals have totally changed now.
Yeah.
So there's just my mom's. Okay, I'm gonna say something kind of like in the business scope, and then something like in the non-business. Non-business. My mom is turning 60 this year, but she's also paying off her house this year, and she's also retiring from her job this year. So for her birthday, I really, really, my sister and I, we have a goal to really throw her like a fabulous like 60th birthday, a nice party, a themed celebration, and then take her away for the weekend and go, have a nice vacation. Because I feel like not many people get to purchase their home and live in it the entire time to where they completely pay it off. And I think it's just like such a nice feeling, especially like for her, because she was a single mom, she bought it all by herself and stuff. So that's a huge like just personal goal. Aside from that though, like my biggest business and also personal is I want to buy a new vehicle. I want to buy a brand new vehicle. I want a bigger vehicle, still not super big, like not a truck, but I want to buy like an SUV to a mini SUV, something where I have a lot more space so that I can start picking up certain items or like larger quantity items, or doing more, like I do free pickups, porch pickups and stuff like that. So I can start accumulating a lot more. And then my vehicle, I purchased it in 2009 and it's completely paid off and everything. I've had it for a while. I also, I have a truck and all that, but I want like a nice, easy on gas, brand spanking new, like whatever's new. It's going to be like a 2023. I don't care if the value is going to drop and tank as soon as I purchase it. I just want like a brand new vehicle with 0 to 10 miles on it, kind of a thing.
That's awesome.
Because I feel like I've just been driving my vehicle for a long time, and I've enjoyed no payments for a long time, that I finally want to get like just something nice and snazzy and extremely reliable and fancy looking.
What do you drive currently?
I have a Mitsubishi Lancer. That's my main vehicle. I bought it in 2009. It had 6 miles on it. It was absolutely lovely. And it's great. It's a great vehicle. I mean, this Mitsubishi has been amazing, except for like if it's not as easy to replace parts as like just a Chevy or just a Toyota would be. But it's done great, and it still drives like a champ. Like she's still doing great. But cosmetically, there's little things like the tint's starting to look weird. It's got like some hell spots, little dents here and there, and the paint is starting to fade a little bit at the top because I live in Texas in the sun. But I'm like, I would keep it. I would definitely still keep it, but I just want a new vehicle.
You should do it.
I can use it as a tax write-off, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
you can, as long as you can even do it like, if you get a truck or SUV, if it weighs over, I can't remember the pound, you can write it off 100%.
Really? No,
I can't remember what the tax rule is called. That's why realtors and all that stuff, they drive SUVs because they can write it off 100%. I can't remember what it was. Cool. It's got to. I think it has to be a ton. I don't know, or a pull. I don't know. I can't remember. It's not that heavy. I can't remember what it is, but that's awesome. I can't wait till you get a new car. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna happen this year. It's gonna happen. Unless I die, it's gonna happen.
Well, I think now new cars are cheaper than used cars in some cases.
I think so.
Yeah. So, are you looking for anything in particular besides like you want like a certain thing? I know you said SUV.
I really like the Ford Broncos. I really like the Ford Broncos a lot.
Who doesn't, right?
I mean, my honey's got an original like 80-something-year-old Bronco, and those things are beasts, but they're high on gas. They're super high on gas. So like the newer ones, they're definitely a lot better on gas. They're beautiful. They're like, even there's so many of the colors that I really like. I think there's one, I think it's called Cactus or something. It's like the kind of muted green color, and I'm specifically in love with that color. But I don't know. It would kind of come down to what I drove and what I like, felt and sat in, and But that's
if you can afford it, do it 100%. YOLO, right?
Yes.
Yep.
There you go. So that's what American Honey is saying. You deserve it, Jen. You work so hard. So
thank you.
Second that motion. So all right. So what about your business goals? You told us some personal stuff. Reselling goals.
So for my business, like I set my margin goals like to, okay, last year I did this much, this year, I want to increase like 15%. It's always like for me to kind of keep like moving up. I think that's fair. But I really, really want, this is why I keep Pokemon cards and stuff in the mix. because I really want to start doing. I want to get bigger in Pokemon on Whatnot. So it's specifically for Whatnot. Like I want to really get into wholesale market of getting boxes so I can do lots of box breaks because I have so much fun opening cards. I have so much fun. So I'm trying to work on getting into, and it's hard. It's hard for the Pokemon category. It's not as easy as like maybe some other wholesalers and stuff. So to become like a wholesaler, to get product from Pokemon and to be able to do breaks and stuff on Whatnot, that's like my biggest passionate goal, other than, just increase my earnings 15% and, keep doing kind of what I'm doing, increase volume a little bit, like all the standard stuff that's year to year. I think those are like necessary goals. But my fun, big, what I really would like to do is break into the wholesale card breaks for Pokemon on Whatnot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's fun. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Like Thrift Beast is saying, ripping packs can be addictive for sure. Addictive for sure.
And if you don't sell them, it's extremely expensive. It's extremely expensive.
Right. So. Yeah. Well, hey, it could be a tax write-off too, right? If you're using it for your YouTube channel or anything like that. So there you go.
True. That is true.
But we're not trying to give tax advice here on the show, guys. Just FYI. So, but Jen, thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, listening to us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. And do us a favor, guys. If you really enjoy this podcast, put down 5 stars, leave a comment on how much you enjoy the show This Week in Reselling. And thank you so much, everyone in the chat, for rocking with us on a Sunday night with the playoff game going on. And we do really appreciate it. And anything else for the people, Jen?
No, stay cool. Stay, as my friend Sal's Mercado would say, stay humble. I think sometimes we get lost in a little bit of competition and jealousy and stuff. So, try to stay humble, stay kind, stay cool, stay yourself. But also, Dustin, this is, I never really met you. It's like a virtual meeting, right? So it's cool. It's cool to finally meet you. Ray, I met, a couple weeks ago or so. So thank you guys for inviting me. This was a lot of fun. I have to admit, I was a little bit nervous at first because I'm like, I haven't really done like a reselling YouTube live with anybody for a long time. So thanks. It made me feel right at home.
Right at home. Yeah. So we aim to make people feel right at home, right, Dustin?
Oh yeah, that's the point.
I aim to feel people. Y'all aim to make people feel right at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Anything else, Dustin?
Don't wear white and stay goated.
Oh my gosh.
Stay goated.
Stay goated. There you go. All right. So my name is Ray.
My name's Dustin.
I'm Jen.
There you go. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all and God bless. Peace.
Bye.